Hello fellow traders, this is another video of our series on trading. Of course, as we have mentioned many times, we are trading our real account for the past year. It's more than a year, let's say. All profit goes to my sub, so stay tuned, subscribe, like, leave a comment for the YouTube algorithm. In this series, in the Bitcoin trading series that I have created, of course I don't know how many episodes it will be. We will start from scratch, from start to finish, let's say, the entire process. I gave all the information about how we will proceed in all the videos. I will try to make it every week. Remember that I've never took any trades on this market or any other crypto market. People that already follow me on Patreon knows that I'm giving only the major pairs. So for this series, we will see my trade live from week to week. I have waited too long. Of course, for me, dive into the crypto market was not my decision, let's say. I still do not trade any cryptocurrencies since there is no any fundamental analysis behind this market. I'm not willing to jump in. I mean, they are already too risky, and the more information you have about the markets, as we said about we are mentioning in our videos, the more information you have, the easy it's for you to get in the market. Of course, no one can guarantee that you will be profitable. However, you need to increase the probabilities. You need to increase your chances of winning. Remember, in trading, we don't want to be correct all the times. We need to be profitable. Our system is approximately to 40%. I think it's much less. It's 39.7. However, we had this huge return on previous year, and I've got so many messages from people that want me to cover the subject. Practically in Bitcoin, we have only sentiment analysis and the technical analysis. We will go from week to week. I hate theory too much because in trading, when you start trading, probably you're gonna learn a couple of things in theory, but when you try to apply them, unfortunately they won't work. And this is the reason that we are talking about a market with 95% losers. However, the reason that I do that, it's that since we want to enter a market from scratch, from zero, let's say, again, we do that for entertainment. So I do not recommend, I do not suggest, I do not propose, and so on, people to follow me. And this is the reason that we are doing. We are taking the risk for you. You don't have to do it. As I've said many times, we are waiting for the best moment to enter the market. Patience is the key. We have said that many times in many of our videos. Again, we are speculators. We are looking some statistical probabilities that most likely will manage to help us book some profits. Remember, we will do that weekly. I will try to make it weekly, at least at weekends that I still have some time left to dive, show you from the beginning. As I've said, I don't want to repeat myself in the previous episode and in this one. I am not quite sure if my trade will be triggered. This is the reason that we are start from the beginning, because trading is not only, execute a trade and so on. You need to wait. You might set up your order and your order might never trigger. Never. The market might change direction, and so you lose the train and so on. This is the part of trading. However, you need to be precise also. You cannot start messing with your strategy. You need we need some juicy risk-reward ratio for trading your trading system. I mean, in order to work. We have explained that many times. Now remember, from week to week, the first part that we will jump in is the Excel file with the CFTC information on how the official net positions change on our market. So let's go to my Excel and give it a look. Now I have created this file. It's an Excel file. We will use it from week to week. I can send it to you. It's not something fancy. You can make it in a paper. It's very simple. We will just change the position. I have already explained you how it's done. Of course, this is from week to week. We start the previous week, so this is the second one. I am keeping all the information from the report, and I'm populating the data on my Excel sheet. So this gives me the idea of what to expect and how the positions change. Now, what conclusions and analytical skills and so on, this is something that you must prove to yourself, not to others, how you can analyze the data that you see in front of you. We have positions long versus shorts. Of course, we know that the most important positions are the commercial. Of course, this doesn't mean that we haven't checked the non-commercial. I'm just checking some very important aspects. So in terms of the total positions long versus short, we have less long positions, less short position in matters of percentages, because this won't help us a lot. Maybe they are losing interest, or either the buyers, either the sellers are not willing to dive into the market yet. The indecision in the market is always depicted in the numbers. If you check from week to week, the previous week, the 48%, 49, let's say, was going long, 51 was short. Now we see a slightly change in the short position. I mean, based on this, probably people that are shorting are not are becoming less. Let's say the short positions are less in numbers, in percentage numbers. However, the total short position are much less in the total number. So what does gives us is that everyone, well, at least they are expecting to enter the market. We don't know if they will do. No, for sure not. Based on the number changes of the total number of positions, long versus short, we see a loss of interest based on how many positions opened and how many positions based on the previous week. But in total percentages, we see that there is a trend. Of course, it's too early to speak about that. I mean, these are just the second week. So the short positions are, let's say, less than the long. Of course, there is a slightly difference in this data. Probably you're gonna notice it from week to week. We do not expect some huge differences that will make us decide, because people that are officially trading most likely know what they are doing. So do not expect to see some huge differences like some sentiment analysis that you will see from your broker. I don't mind, but let's say, of course, we have analyzed that. We have said that this information comes from the previous week. So how on earth this will help me? It will help me. It will help you. Trust me. When you're going to see the change and you are going to be able to identify the data from week to week, and you have a trend, so most likely this data will be helpful. And now, based on the information that we have, people are keep shorting less. Now, numbers are relative. I mean, how less? And what do you mean people are shorting less? I know it might sound hindsight, and of course it can be hindsight. So far, based on the percentages, we don't have a clear view. I mean, the differences are very small. However, we see that the long positions versus the short positions have changed to negative, which means people are less not interested, but they are waiting, they are building anticipation. Anticipation is being built in the market. Of course, we don't know if they finally dive in the market. Is what we expect to see. Now, every week we will check the same Excel file. We will see the changes from week to week. Now we will move to the technical part of this week to see if we have any big difference, because we will always use the same account. My platform is MT4. You can choose whatever you want. This is up to you. This is what that I'm using. But this is the part, let's say, of sentiment analysis that you need to get used to it, not only for this market, but for any market that you are willing to go in, either as a stock, either as a company, whatever suits you. We have said that many times. We have discussed that many times. Now let's go to our chart and check what's happened there. If you remember from my previous episode, the previous week, we have opened our live account. Again, I'm going to use the MT4. We were waiting for the funds to be transferred and my account to be activated. This is already done, so my account is active. This is the MT4. This is the account that we will trade for the Bitcoin series. I have funded the account once. Now, you probably notice that there is no stop loss or take profit. Why I did that? Stop loss is actually I'm going to use approximately. I'm going to use my 0.01 let's say trade. So I won't shoot my bullets right away. We have said that in our analysis and in our trading. If you are not feel confident with that, of course you don't have to do it. So my expectations is from the technical parts. I believe that we will have one more wave to the downside. I will try to catch this wave, and we are going long the next time. So I'm not quite sure if I will get a trade. I mean, if my order get filled, because the prices is too low. But again, I don't care to be wrong or predicting the market correctly all the time. I don't care about that. I need a juicy risk-reward ratio that will allow me to book some profits. This is the purpose that we are trading. It's already too risky. So keep in mind when every time that you are trading. Well, every time that we are mentioning to our videos on what you need to take cautious about and be patient and do not trade any real money and so on. So at this point, my stop loss, it will be a one-off trade. Actually, based on the broker, they don't let you to trade the entire account. They'll try to protect you. However, this is just one trade, calculated based on my main account. Let's say I am willing to risk a percentage. We have talked already about risk reward ratio and so on. We will go long to this market. I don't know again how long this trip will last. It might last a couple of days, weeks, or maybe more than a year if I have calculated correctly. But that's why we are here to check and see if we are able to trade, let's say, with a way that we will be able to book some profits. I hope I can do that. All profits will go to my subs. I have said that many times. The same also with Bitcoin is exactly the same. Nothing have changed on that. Also, there is no take profit there. Why I did that? I'm still waiting for my order to be filled. My stop loss is the entire account. Well, actually not the entire, but the amount that broker allows you and so on. So there is a stop loss, even though I didn't add it manually there, and most likely people will ask, where is the stop loss? Well, there is a stop loss in it's already calculated, my loss are already calculated, and my profit has already been calculated. Now, of course, I have a target. In trading, we have discussed that many times. You need to have multiple take profit targets in order to achieve that. I understand this won't happen right away, and this is the hard part. Do not expect to beat the market so easy. We are gathering information, we are gathering some tips how this might work with you. You need to have some realistic expectations. If you check the crypto market, there was a huge up, let's say. Of course, no one could imagine that with a couple of cents now they will worth thousands. This is in every market. This is not the first time that this is happening. We have seen the same model in the penny stocks. Of course, people that do not trading and do not follow the market, they have no idea what's happening out there. That's okay. But we keep evaluating things that we find important for a period. We don't know how long this period will be. And that's why no matter how much or any type of analysis probably you're gonna do, the chances are against you. You need to remember that every time that you are trading, trading is very risky. We have said that many times. Of course, with every risk, ultimately there is a reward, and this is what we are trying to achieve here. That's why I'm also doing the series. Keep in mind also that we have the Forex debunked. We are debunking some people that have already claimed that can beat the market with some simple tricks, some adjustments in the indicators. Unfortunately, nothing of this can work. And this is the reason that we are already doing tests, we are doing trades, we are already executing trades in live markets to show you that it's not so easy. I have covered the entire trading process, let's say. For example, in this account, in my main account, I have 6 consecutive losses, even though I managed to recover with only one profitable trade. Huge returns. It doesn't necessarily mean that we'll keep in the future. That's why it's risky, and that's why you need to trade, let's say first in demos, okay, but even if you choose to trade with some real money, you need to expect some losses. Unfortunately, you need to let's say risk money that you are afford to lose. This is always something that you have to keep in mind every time that you are trading. It doesn't matter what you are trading. Do not be always so sure and so precise that you will get that trade. Again, even the best traders, legendary traders, have some bad strikes and some good strikes. This is how it is. You need to get used to that idea. Now, as I said, I won't try to keep my analysis too long. You can check all videos. We are talking only about that, about trading. Again, I don't know if my buy order will be triggered, but this is also a part of trading, because you never know if your order will be filled. No one knows that. Maybe the market changes direction right away, so you never got the trade, even though you predicted the market correctly. That's why I've got a question. Of course, all my statistics and my trades are accessible, of course. So I've got, that's why we built this sample account, not to prove actually what we can do. This is something that I really don't care. When you're executing a trade, it's only you in the market, so you don't care if the entire population believes something. If you have a strategy, if you have a plan, you will execute your trade no matter what. So I've got that question. I mean, how often I can predict the market? We have these numbers. Predicting the direction of the market can be easy, but when you start to making your predictions precise and turn them into trades, there's going to be a huge difference. For example, my prediction in the market, I know the market direction. Okay, the market most likely will keep going to the right direction. But when you are start to making that very specific and you are start executing trades, and also you have to take in consideration risk reward, money management, and so on. There are so tight rules that actually, even though you are able to predict the market most of the times correctly, you might lose your trade. And why is that? Because this is how the market works. It's very risky, as we said. You might go short on a trade, and immediately the market will go against you. You hit the stop loss, and at that point the market will reverse. Yes, you might see that. It's okay, you lost the trade. However, you predict the market correctly, and this is a huge gap. That's why we have discussed that, and we have said that you need to keep some statistics, keep your track, keep tracking your trades and so on. Again, thank you very much. Thank you for watching this video. Trade safe, and I hope I'll see you in the future.